viewers, on India Upfront, the biggest story. Can a crackdown on hate ever be selective? Hate is hate, and it must be punished unequivocally. It must not be persecuted only on the basis of the identity or political persuasion of the hate monger. That would be an element of picking and choosing. But it appears that the sentiments of some denominations are more equal than others in our secular India. Those insulting Hindu sentiments are given a long rope. They're not the object, for example, of the left's ire. Today, for instance, a top political leader has come out and made extremely insensitive and offensive remarks about shivlings in general. Indeed, Lal Bihari Yadav, a Samajwadi Party MLC in Uttar Pradesh, decided to weigh in on the ongoing debate over shivling-like structure that has been reportedly unearthed in Gyanvapi Mosque. And here is what Mr. Yadav had to say. Listen in.
जो पत्थर का टुकड़ा मिला उसकी पहचान ये लोग शिवलिंग के रूप में कैसे किए, कैसे कर रहे हैं, ये बात समझ में नहीं आ रही। भगवान जो है शंकर जी जो है आदमी थे कि पत्थर थे? वो पत्थर थे कि आदमी थे?
This, as you know, viewers, is a matter of belief. If you ask Hindus, for them, a shivling is the embodiment of godliness. To suggest otherwise would be seen as an affront. Mr. Yadav would not say this about any other faith, especially the Abrahamic faiths. It's an outrageous comment. It's an abject insult of Hindu devotees' faith, demeaning their Lord. All this, even as the matter is in multiple courts. But did Samajwadi Party condemn? Did anyone move to sack him? No. What happened instead, viewers, is that Akhilesh's party members tried to deflect the blame entirely, which obviously led to a war of words between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. Listen in.
The sad part is none of the party members of Akhilesh Yadav, neither Akhilesh Yadav, is uttering a word. Earlier when it happened with the Nupur Sharma, all of them were hounding on Nupur Sharma. But no other party members are also uttering a word. Neither the Rahul Gandhi, neither the Aam Aadmi parties, neither Mamata Banerjee, none of them saying a word. Although they claim themselves to be Hindus, they show their Janeu, they chant Hanuman Chalisa. But when it comes to hurting the feelings of the Hindus, no one speaks a word.
लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो या उनसे जुड़े हुए संगठन या उनसे जुड़े हुए नेता लगातार हिंदू मुस्लिम मंदिर मस्जिद पे जिस तरीके से विवाद ध्यान दे रहे हैं, हमने देखा कि किस तरीके से कानपुर में एक घटना हो जाती है, एक दंगा हो जाता है। हम समझते हैं सत्ता पक्ष हो या विपक्ष हो, दोनों को जिम्मेदारी निभानी चाहिए, भाषा में संयम रखना चाहिए और सभी को सभी धर्मों का सम्मान करना चाहिए।
If you see a lack of condemnation, outrage, or even calls for arrest or sacking by the opposition in this matter, it might not be the only such case. Just over the last 2 days, we have seen multiple incidents where Hindu deities have been insulted. Open death threats issued against those who have been trying to legally fight for their religious rights. All these threats going deliberately unnoticed. We saw a cleric in Congress-ruled Rajasthan who, in the presence of police, no less, mouthed threats to chop hands and tongues and gouge out the eyes of people who dare to speak against the Prophet. But he too has escaped without censure. No action taken. Leave aside arrest, not even an FIR. Listen to this hate rant.
जबान काट ली जाएगी, हाथ उठाओगे हाथ काट लिया जाएगा, उंगली उठाओगे उंगली काट ली जाएगी, अगर निगाहें भी उठी ना तो निकाल कर बाहर फेंक देंगे।
In anyone's book, this is inflammatory. But who is in power in Rajasthan? It's the Congress. No action. Law and order is a state subject. Let's now go on to left-ruled Kerala, where even today NIA-designated radical group PFI was granted permission to take out a protest march. Now, while there is nothing wrong in a democratic society to protest, but just what is it that the PFI was protesting against? The protest, it would appear, was against the fact that PFI supporters who went out there and threatened the Christian community and the Hindu community with harm have been arrested. This is what has irritated the PFI enough to march again. Listen and watch, viewers. Again, no, absolutely no arrests. In Tamil Nadu, where Hindu deities like Lord Krishna and Lord Ayyappa were insulted at a rally attended by ruling party affiliates, Tamil Nadu ruled by the DMK. Its affiliates take out this rally. The visuals are there on your screens. Again, no action, no arrests whatsoever. Yesterday in Uttar Pradesh, Zahid, the chairman of Shahi Jama Masjid Mosque Committee in Agra, threatened the petitioners in the Mathura Eidgah survey case with death. He warned that the man or any person who stands up will be chopped to pieces. Hear this.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। और महेंद्र प्रताप नाम के जो भी लोग हैं आगरा की शाही जामा मस्जिद की तरफ इन्होंने आंख उठा के भी देखा या ये किसी को भी लेके आ जाएं, मैं आगरा ज़िले आगरा मंडल की आवाम से गुजारिश करता हूं कि जिस दिन भी चाहे ये किसी भी हिंदुस्तान की एजेंसी को लेके आ जाएं, उस दिन हमको सबको अपने गले रितवाने हैं यहाँ पे, तब जाके ये मस्जिद की खुदाई और वो करें। सरदारों के गुरुद्वारे खोदो, क्रिश्चियनों के चर्च खोदो, जरा सिर्फ मुसलमान मिल गए या तुझमें दम है तो जरा अकेला जामा मस्जिद आया 2, 4, 10, 20, 25, 50 लोगों को लेके, फिर देख तेरा क्या हाल करती है आगरा की जनता, मुसलमान। और हमारे साथ तो आगरा के हिंदू भी हैं, वो भी तो मैं नहीं छोड़ेंगे। पहले पूरे आगरे के मुसलमान, बच्चा, बूढ़ा, मर्द, औरत, सबके साथ सबको जान से मारना पड़ेगा महेंद्र प्रताप, तब यहाँ मस्जिद के दरवाजे तक पहुंचना पड़ेगा। और अगर तू कहीं हाथ आ गया तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो आवाम तेरे टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दे। और जिसने खुदाई के बारे में सोच भी लिया, आगरा की आवाम से अपील है कि इनको उसी गड्ढे में खोद देना, गाड़ देना। रोज तरीके का कानून हाथ में लेके आ रहे हैं, प्रवोक कर रहे हैं मुसलमानों को।
This is unbridled hate. In any book of law, this is hate. But have you heard any one of the usual suspects, the activists, this entire left cabal, this pseudo-liberal set, come out and protest, condemn, write open letters, suggesting that this is rank Hindu-phobia, etc.? No, viewers, no one has said a thing. There are also those who made memes and mockery of Hindu Astha, and those are the examples. But did anyone denounce this? No. Not even one protest. Why should hate be prosecuted only on the basis of who it is directed at? Why should there not be an even-handed clampdown against all kinds of hate? Those are fundamental questions. Let's open this up without delay. I want to go straight across to Zeba Yasmeen, Vivek Srivastava, Pavan Rao Ambedkar. Vivek Srivastava, I want to ask you, sir, no arrests?
Yes.
Not one person going to jail. Are the sentiments of certain denominations more equal than others in our democracy? Can you respond? Or does vote bank politics hold back certain governments from acting against hate because it will cost them?
Yes. Yes. Now, first of all, if you come to democracy, whether it is United States of America or India, vote bank exists. Vote bank of Dalits, OBCs, Yadavs, Kori, Kurmi, Brahmins, Rajputs, the Gujars, the Jats. There is a vote bank politics in every state. Hindus are not away from it. neither are the caste denominations, and even Muslims and the various subgroups in Muslims are also vote bank politics. It is a very natural process, but that doesn't make any one of these denominations anti-national. This is the first point. It is not as if a Muslim is a vote bank and Hindus are not. Even we are a vote bank. This is the first point. Secondly, in an uncivilized democracy like Pakistan or Bangladesh, the majority competes with the minority Hindus. You know, there is a sort of a competition. Hindu aise hai, and that is why Pakistan is a failed state. And after 2014, we are on the same way, and we are also going towards failure on the economic front, because 85% of the Hindus, if they start
sorry to interrupt you,
and they start building a narrative that look, we are in danger.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Srivastava Sahab,
we are in danger because
here did you hear the
Muslims?
kind of, excuse me sir,
yes.
Excuse me sir, give me 30 seconds. You must have heard the statements that were made.
Yes.
You must have paid attention to what was said.
Yes.
Hindus, their beliefs were mocked by the Samajwadi Party MLC. These are matters of faith.
Yes.
Why should matters of one faith be put on a pedestal and another faith be totally ignored? That's the question I'm asking. I'm not wanting a dissertation on what is wrong in Pakistan or what is right about India. I'm just asking you a simple, straightforward question.
Agreed.
Should the Samajwadi Party be sacking this MLC?
Yes.
Simple question. Should the Congress government,
that is for the that is for the Samajwadi Party to decide.
No, I'm asking you,
that is for
because when Nupur Sharma made her, one second, Vivek ji, please.
Yes.
मेरी बात सुन लीजिए, मैं फालतू में सवाल नहीं पूछूंगा. I'll never ask you an irrelevant question. So I'm asking you a relevant question. When Nupur Sharma made the remarks, they were made in poor taste, in poor form. You can concede that point. No problems. The court will ultimately decide. We distanced ourselves as a platform. We found them to be in poor taste. I'm just asking you, you didn't hold back saying that Nupur Sharma should be jailed, should be arrested. Why are you holding back now? Why shouldn't people like Mahua Moitra of the TMC, Shadab Chauhan of the Peace Party, Zahid, chairman of the Shahi Jama Masjid, Agra, why shouldn't all these people, Fakrul Hassan, the Owaisis, the junior Owaisi, Lal Bihari Yadavs be arrested, jailed? Why shouldn't that happen? Can you tell me?
No, I mean, if somebody wants to start some legal proceedings against them, many legal proceedings are already happening. Against the junior Owaisi, legal proceedings are already on the way. So that is not an issue.
No, that is an issue. That is the main issue. DMK government, the DMK government has not filed one case. Not one case. Zahid, who is this cleric?
No, why should a government file a case? Why should a government file a case?
Who is going to file the case? A farishta? It is the
complainant who files a case in the court.
Are saab. Law and order is a state subject till I last checked.
Gulf countries se pressure aayega.
Okay, let me open this up.
Nupur Sharma suspended for 6 years.
Karan Verma wants to join issue with you. Yes, Karan Verma, would you like to respond? Why should a government file a case? Why should anyone? It's for an individual. Let the individual file the case. Let the shivling suddenly appear and file the case. The shivling has been desecrated, has been called all sorts of names. There was an instance in Kashmir where there was some defacement of a temple. Now, do you expect the bricks of the temple to go running to a police station and file a case? No. The government should quickly act. Yes, Karan Verma. In the case of the Congress, it's an open and shut case. The police is standing right there.
You look at the hypocrisy, Rahul, and it's so evident right on your show when Vivek is not even able to condemn them, not even able to say that they should be prosecuted or they should be suspended from their party or some action should be taken. Vivek doesn't say that, and neither does the left liberal brigade say this. Rahul, the root of the problem is that there are certain faiths who believe in the concept of holier than thou. And there is another faith which believes Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti.
Islamophobia
Truth is one, people can celebrate it by different names. Today, our tolerance, our acceptance has become our biggest undoing. Today, we've reached a point where Hindu sentiments are not respected. People can get away by insulting them. And you and I won't take to the streets. You and I won't take a sword and go running after people. And that has become the fact that is our weakness today. People consider us Hindus as guinea pigs. They can get away in every sphere, whether it is a film like PK, whether it is a politician making a callous remark, they'll get away with that.
Okay, one second. If you're going to speak over each other, I'm not going to allow the debate to continue. Don't speak.
Who are the people?
Dare they not say a word against a certain faith, which clearly at its core says that idol worshippers are the worst of all human creatures.
Okay, now one second. Mr. Verma, one second. The question was very, very direct. Why is action not taken? I'm not here to listen to, spiritual discourse on the belief systems of one or the other. I'm only asking.
Action is not taken because we are not a vote bank.
Okay, you're not a vote bank, so it's vote bank induced. Subhrashtra comes in, Mr. Ahmed comes in, and I want to bring in Miss Zeba Yasmeen. I want to straight ask you a question. Lal Bihari Yadav ji has made a statement. His statement will be abhorrent to people like Subhrashtra, any Hindu that believes. Should you not sack him, Miss Yasmeen?
Rahul, today only one person, one post holder in the morning posted something on social media and he has been sacked from the party. And soon we'll be taking action. We'll be, talking to the person who has given the statement and then we'll be taking the action. We never appreciate these kind of
No, Miss Yasmeen, we are speaking right now. We are speaking right now. It has been 12 hours. Have you issued a show cause notice?
Party would talk to the person and you'll soon see
No, talk about what? There is nothing to talk about. Should I play out the soundbite again?
The person is answerable what he said.
No. Where is he answerable? Show me one show cause notice. Show it to me.
It is internally being done.
No, internally is not good enough.
Rahul,
if internally, no, one second. If the BJP had
1 week to sack her out.
1 second.
That too under the pressure of criticism.
Oh, really?
And please give us time. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Really? Yasmeen ji, I'm only asking you a simple question. Do you believe what he has said is despicable?
What I believe is we should not comment about each other.
I am asking you, do you condemn outright Mr. Yadav for his remarks? He's an MLC of your party, not some sideline leader. He's an MLC. He sits in the house. I'm asking you.
I agree, and I really wonder what he was trying to say and
you
which
wonder
words he used.
No, don't give him the benefit of that. I'm asking you, when someone insults the faith of another religion and it's so apparent, do you think that is not abhorrent?
Let me be clear. Why the official spokesperson are appointed in the party? Just to represent the party. So whatever official spokesperson are saying, that is the statement of party. Any MP, any MLA, if
Madam Yasmeen, do you find this statement derogatory to the Hindu faith? Yes, no.
I'm saying what he meant, what intentions he had.
No, don't talk about intentions. I am talking about, do you find it abhorrent? Is it bad? गलत बात की उन्होंने या नहीं की? सीधा सा सवाल पूछ रहा हूं मैं. कोई ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सवाल नहीं है.
See, what he said is कि उसको लेके confusion है.
Confusion.
Your sentiments है.
Confusion है.
कि उन्होंने शिवलिंग को पत्थर कहा या फव्वारा कहा, मुझे क्या लगता है?
नहीं. He's not said that. I can play it out again. Now you see, you're trying to sidle out of a direct answer, just like your other colleague who did not. When we asked him, when we asked Fakhrul Hasan Saab, he also tried to finagle out of the answer. वो क्या कह रहे हैं, intent ये सब. Subhrashtra, would you like to come in here?
Rahul, tell me one thing. Who is going to decide that is a stone, shivling or fawwara?
Subhrashtra, no, don't go there, ma'am. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. आप कैसे कह सकते हैं कि किसी का जो faith है वो कौन decide करेगा? What are you saying?
Zeba, no. Today I assume and I want...
court is going to decide.
Zeba, let me make it very clear to you. Because there has been a lot of communication.
Yeah, Subhrashtra wants to come in. Yes.
Sure.
Are you done, ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go
Zeba,
ahead.
let me make it very clear to you that in my faith, if I want to assume that my camera is my God, I can do that, and nobody, no person, no mutt no religious text, nothing can stop me from assuming that camera is by God. Okay, so please do not go into discussions on faith, because if you do, then I'll ask a fundamental question which will also irk many of people off screen and on screen as well. Do we have, in a country like India, which is apparently a democracy, do we have a state of affairs where we can discuss the ideological contours of every religion? It's a very simple question. I'm not trying to defend what has happened. I'm not trying to defend anyone. I'm not trying to paint a rosy picture of how we have been having discussions in this country. It's a very simple question. Do you, because you come from a minority community, and I'm pretty sure that Samajwadi Party and there is Mr. Ambedkar also from the AIMIM. AIMIM is stated as a Muslim party. As two people who represent that community today, I want to ask a very honest and a very genuine question. Do we in this country, if you believe in democracy, do we in this country have the freedom to discuss religious texts and religious ideologies? It's a very simple question. Answer in a yes or no.
Yasmin, madam.
Let me. As you said, ma'am, that if I assume something, see, we can discuss what the fact, but assumptions cannot be discussed here. That is what I asked Rahul also. Are we going to decide it here, that what is it? The court is going to decide whatever you want to assume.
Ma'am, Zeba, ma'am, you are again trying to derail. It's a simple question. Can we, for example, can we discuss Islam in this country?
No inter-comments can be appreciated. So that is
why we discuss the text? Can we discuss the Quranic texts?
Fine. Why not? But what is the need?
Is it allowed in a democracy to discuss Quranic texts?
Rahul, let me come in.
Oh, I can decide what is my need. The majority, in a democracy, the majority can decide the need to discuss any religion.
Whenever there is a discussion
What's the problem?
Religion,
we are in a democracy, right?
Let me complete. If the discussion has to be on the religion, then you have to pre-announce it, and I'll be sitting as a Muslim. But here I'm sitting as a political spokesperson, so it's better we don't argue on the religion, ma'am. Your religion is yours,
okay,
mine
now that is the problem. Your religion is yours, mine is mine. Fair enough, Yasmin ji, but no one gives anyone the right to then comment on the faith, on the virtues of another religion and sit in judgment of whether that is right or wrong.
Thank you.
That is not the way. That is not the way. You have to apply the same yardstick. Let me bring in let me bring in 1 minute. Let me bring in Firoz Bakht Ahmed. Yes. Mr. Ahmed, and I want to bring in Mr. Ambedkar right after you. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Rahul. I was listening to all the people, including Subrajta as well as Yasmin also. I am a practicing Muslim. And my scriptures tell me that I have to respect and regard all the deities of all the religions, not only mine. Number one. Number two, I was listening to this Lal Bihari Yadav ji. I do not know whether he is an MLA or some... MLC, whatever.
Samajwadi Party.
Okay. Being a Muslim, you said that it is very outrageous and blasphemous for Hindus. No, you are wrong. It is also outrageous, demoniac, devilish, and in fact, something very intolerant also for people like me, right? Because being an Indian, I respect and regard all the religions. Being a Muslim, practicing Muslim, that way also. So I believe, as far as the comment of Nupur was concerned, it was considered to be blasphemous. She has been packed. She has been punished. I think whatever the party has done, the party has taken an action, right? So in the same way, I hope that the party to which he belongs, Mr. Yadav, and as a Muslim, I am equally with all my Hindu brethren. The way he is calling a patthar ka tukda shivling, for Prophet, we Muslims are ready either to sacrifice our lives, someone who desecrates him, or maybe we take somebody's life, right? It is the same way for Hindu brethren. I do not know, how this person was able to say. I mean, I was shocked to smithereens. Does he have a heart, a Hindu heart, right? He says, patthar ka tukda. Whenever I take the names of gods and goddesses, I was listening to a very, very, filthy YouTube by Junior Owaisi. He was taking the names of Lakshman, Ram, Parvati. Whenever I take the names of these Hindu deities, I say Lord Krishna or maybe Yogiraj Lord Krishna. I don't say Rama. I say Maryada Purushottam Lord Rama. Goddess Parvati, Goddess Saraswati.
In the south,
I have the highest of regard.
In Madurai, sir. In Madurai,
yes.
I'll show you pictures of a rally that was taken out by the affiliates of the DMK. And there Lord Krishna has been called names which we cannot even put out on screen.
Lord Krishna is...
Let's put out those pictures.
Yogi Raj, Lord Krishna.
There, have a look.
Yes.
Look, no action yet by DMK government. And Prakash Ambedkar and all these people will say, oh, it's condemnable. I don't even know if they'll say it, but they might. And I'll ask him, Mr. Ambedkar, let me ask you, you're the MIM. Do you believe that the Samajwadi Party MLC or the affiliates of the DMK, the DK, and other so-called Periyarist parties, they're crossing the line and that there should have been arrests? People should have been booked? What about the other gentleman who used the word, and I want to refer to it, टुकड़े टुकड़े काट देंगे आपको, खत्म कर देंगे, if you even decide at any point to do anything which is against our wishes. And he's referring by religion to Hindus, to Christians and others. Mr. Ambedkar.
Rahul, let's start in a chronologically order. You have diverted the whole scenario in the name of Samajwadi Party, in the name of DMK. The main issue is Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal. Why are you not talking about them?
They have apologized. This issue is
yes,
finished.
come on. No, apology is nothing in law.
So,
apology is nothing in law.
Ambedkar Saab, 1 minute. Ambedkar Saab, 1 minute.
Ahmed Sahab,
no, are you, one second, Mr. Ambedkar, have they not been, has one not been sacked and the other suspended? Will you admit, yes or no?
Mr. Ambedkar, what happened?
Kindly listen to me. Why are you interrupting
Wait a minute.
me?
I'm asking you. No.
Yes,
wait. I asked you a question. We are beginning. I am asking you a very specific question. You first of all condemn what Mr. Yadav has said, what the clerics have said.
Yes.
I have played out all their reactions. Condemn it.
Condemn it, sir. I am very
you condemn what exactly Zahid said?
Let me finish.
Condemn what Mr. Zahid, chairman of the Shahi Jama Masjid Agra, has said, sir. Can you condemn it?
Why are you not listening to me? Firstly, listen, and then we will talk on that issue.
Sir, I want you to talk on the issue. Not first you listen and then I will talk. I want you to answer my question. I don't have all the time. I am not going to allow you to...
my answer is not favorable to you.
No, it's not a question of that. I'm asking you a very basic question. Can I ask you a basic question? If you found what Nupur Sharma said was pathetic, was bad, then by the same equation, do you find what Zahid, chairman of the Shahi Jama Masjid in Agra, has said bad or not? Is it condemnable or not?
Rahul, just listen. This is not the way of debate. Listen clearly. Why BJP has taken this to expel the Naveen Jindal and Nupur Sharma. What BJP has written, listen carefully.
I will not listen carefully because you are deliberately evading the answer to my question, and I am not interested. I am not interested. There is nothing to hide, sir. The action has been taken. The action has been taken. The Mumbai police will be summoning Nupur. They will be questioning of Nupur. Times Now has, no, 1 second, no support for what she has said. We even put it out there. But Mr. Ambedkar, you're not answering the question, and that means you have something to hide. And that is what worries me. If people like this sit on national TV and can't bring themselves to condemn a hate speech, then that is a problem for me. And I will not entertain you. Lower his fader.
Also, Rahul, what about those people This Nupur is a highly educated lady, but what about that person or those people who actually incited her, who provoked her, and unfortunately she actually rose to that level.
Sir,
those
whatever
people should also be
it is about form at the end of the day.
Yes.
Action is being taken. That I'm not getting into that.
The matter is finished.
Karan Verma wants to come in. Karan Verma, yes.
Rahul, Mr. Ambedkar doesn't have the guts to condemn Akbaruddin Owaisi. All these statements pale in comparison to what Owaisi has gotten away with for so many years.
He
has not had the guts to even say a word about Owaisi. No one from his party for 8 years, not a word. And then they give us sermons on tolerance and then they want to tell about Nupur. It is nothing in compared to what Owaisi has gotten away with. And I give an opportunity to Mr. Ambedkar. Does he have the guts to condemn what Mr. Owaisi said? What Akbaruddin has gotten away with? Do you have the guts, Mr. Ambedkar? Answer this on national television if you have the guts. Only then you can give us all these sermons.
The law. Let's talk about the law. Where is the police? It's a duty of the police. It's a duty of the police.
It's not the gods, goddesses, other faiths, and he's done it brazenly.
It's not
day in, day out he's done it.
Expelling. It's not a matter of suspending anybody. It's a matter of
law. You criticize Owaisi. Akbaruddin Owaisi is
are you not following? Why the police is not following the laws? 3 laws are very compulsory: CRPC, IPC, and the Police Act. The police is not following the law in the rules and regulations and acts.
They should take action.
Why the police is never-ending rant?
Why the police is totally incoherent? Police and the Uttar Pradesh government is responsible for this happening. And because they are following the ideology of
Rahul, this will go on. This will go on till we don't have a one-minded resolve to put an end to all sorts of hate speech.
Now, let me tell you, the MIM, lower everyone's faders. I just want to step in. Viewers, the MIM is a party that made its lead spokesperson, Waris Pathan, apologize. Why? Because he chanted Ganpati Bappa Moraya. And these people talk about upholding Ambedkar's legacy. I want to ask him this. Mr. Ambedkar, let me ask you, sir. Is it wrong, sir, to chant Ganpati Bappa Moraya in your party? Can you answer me?
Tilak, why are you not condemning?
Can I ask you this question? Why was Waris Pathan made to tender an apology for chanting Ganpati Bappa Moraya? Did he commit a sin? I'm asking you.
Why? So if you are talking about, why are you not talking about the Tilak? Tilak said Achuto ko.
Arey sir, you are going back into history. I'm asking you a straight question. आप position तो लीजिए. आप position लीजिए. Ganpati Bappa Moraya बोला गया. Waris Pathan ने, who was an MLA at that time, MIM MLA from their own party, Waris Pathan, spokesperson, was made to apologize for chanting Ganpati Bappa Moraya. This is the MIM for you.
Rahul, he should be the Ambedkar like we are Ambedkar. I don't know what kind of
on numerous occasions.
Yes, I belong to the Dr. Ambedkar. I belong to the Dr.
Yes, sir. So then why don't you say?
That's why I'm telling. That's why I'm telling the truth of this country. That's why I'm telling the truth of.
Okay.
So Rasta man was telling about the. Let's talk about the religion. There is a need of reformation. There is a
Let me bring in Subrashta on this point. Subrashta, do you find it odd that a political party whose spokesperson was pulled up for chanting Ganpati Bappa Moraya, that particular political spokesperson today is finding it difficult to say whether that was right or wrong? Subrashta.
Rahul, the context in which we are discussing, let's please remember that Mr. Pavan Rao Ambedkar is like J.N. Mandal in Pakistan. For the love of God, he can't criticize Owaisi, his party or anything. So let's just move on from there. A simple point that we need to discuss.
That's why Khulna and Jaisur from Baba Sahib Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar was
elected. I don't understand why is he speaking.
Let's just lower Mr. Ambedkar's volume because he's just interrupting. He doesn't want to answer a question you posed to him and he wants to interrupt others. Yes, Subrashta.
I have a lot of respect for panelists like Firoz Bakht Ahmed Saab, because he has taken an unequivocal position on something, and it needs to be said by every Indian. It's not about an Indian Muslim, it's not we need Indian Muslims like him, we need Indians like him who can call, a spade a spade. It's very important for us, Rahul, at this juncture, when actually there is a lot of openness in society today. Yes, we run the risk of polarization when there is openness like this. We see incidents like we just saw Kanpur, we just saw the context in which Kanpur happened. But it's important for us to debate a basic tenet of democracy. Are there subjects which are kosher? And if there are, can we agree democratically that these are the subjects that we won't touch?
Okay.
Because until and unless this is not resolved democratically, problems are going to arise.
Well, you can only resolve.
The question that you asked as to why these people don't respond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can only resolve issues democratically when you're prepared to uphold the law equally. If you're not prepared to uphold the law equally, then there will be no democracy, because one side will feel aggrieved and there will be a backlash in ways that do not conform to any legal remit. And that's fundamental, viewers.